Fixing a beam central vac. It's not mine. Fixing it for someone. Problem was the old motor burnt out. Now I've already replaced it. Problem was the motor for this size of unit was 30% more than this bigger motor. This is a 3-stage motor. The old one was a 2-stage. Biggest problem was the old one was 1.25 inches shorter. So the old motor was flush to the case, the shell here, and got it on Amazon for $100. I'll post the model number on here soon once I'm done videotaping this. So there's a couple of issues you have to deal with if you're trying to do this yourself. First of all is the mounting. There's 3 mounting points, and this one used springs that would latch on to standoffs with holes in them, so it's like a hook. I don't know if I can, there we go. So there's 3 of these springs, and I had to with the old motor went to those standoffs to the hole. So I just used a coat hanger, made an S hook or some kind of hook to extend it for another about 1 inch, and I hooked it. Let's see if I can see this one. And I don't know if you can make that out. Let's see if I can focus over there. Don't know if it's focusing. But over here I just made a little hook, and then I would hook the spring onto the hook. And I made it nice and tight. So I did 3 of those hooks, or let's call them an S hook. And there's the other one down there. And so this is was one problem. Was the old hooks would not reach the mounting holes. The next problem was, as you can see, it's 1.25 inches too high. Well, I'm going by measurements of the 2 motors, and this is a Lamb motor. They say it's new, but I can't tell if it's new or been rebuilt, but I think it's new. The next thing was the bottom cover would go right on here. As you can see, the screw hole here. So I made, let's see if I can find it. It's around here somewhere. There it is. I'm still gonna tighten it up a little bit. I'll put it here. So that was the old cover. Screwed on from here, and I just extended it. That is a couple of inches at least. Just wanted to give myself some room. This is just sheet metal. This is duct work. Cut it in strips, folded it to give it more rigidity. Just folded it over on both edges to give it more stiffness. Screwed in with some sheet metal screws. And then this, so that it gives me a lot more, let me see here, gives me a lot of headroom. This will go down about 1/4 inch on the lip, or maybe 1/2 inch. And you just gotta wiggle it in there. I already had it, as you can see I have some holes already, but just maneuver it in there, get the holes in, some screws, line up the holes and get the screws in there, and that is done. So that solves the height issue. Next problem was the exhaust port. I just cut out a little hole, made the hole a little bigger, went about 1 inch higher, and actually my sheet metal shears worked. Thought I was going to drill it all out, but that worked, just to cut it out. And here I just put some tape to cover the old hole, which was lower because the motor was lower. And don't really need this, but let's cover up the better. Cover it better. And what else did I have issues with? That's it. So, trying to fit a bigger motor, which is actually, this is stronger. It'll give the person more suction power. Is how you're going to mount it. How you're going to put the cover on if you need to cut. You don't really, I mean, there's nothing, if it's out of the way, do you really need a cover? If it was for me, I would put it out of the way just so, you know, people can't reach it, but there's really nothing moving in here other than exposed electrical contacts, so I did the cover, and then it's got to finish it off a little bit better. A couple more screws. This will fit below that, so it's not going to fit on top, it's going to sit in there and then screw it in. And once that's in, no one ever reads it. No one ever is going to get to it. This is upside down now, so this is going to be the other way around. That was the top. This is an old unit. Uses bags. So that's the inlet. And it comes on top, but there's a bag goes in there. There's already a filter in there. And the option was buy a used one, but you couldn't find online or Kijiji. They were either not working or too far to go, is not worth it. But once I seen $400 for a motor, brand new, supposedly brand new, I went that route. Basic wiring in here. So if nobody knows, if you haven't done this before, you're gonna have your ground. Didn't come with a ground, didn't come with a screw, so I took off that from the old motor. It has a white wire, but it doesn't really matter if it's white or black. And this side has a black. And you just got to remember when you take out the old one, where it goes. This one is over here. And the white one just goes into the neutral, which is that's how they had it. I actually added the tape. And the grounds to the case. And I'm going to be showing a video right here of the old machine sparking. I took a short video of it. I was trying to see why it was sparking. I thought it was bad brushes, but it's actually shortened the windings, because I even swapped the brushes and it's still sparked. So I'll show it right now here. And this is the old motor. And as you can see, it's model 647-200. And this is the cover. Actually melted off or broke off. It was just laying in there. And so one coil must be a break in the coil. And one other thing I forgot to mention, there was the extender tube for the exhaust, which you just unscrew here and screwed in there. I'm not sure if you really need it, or else all the air will just stay within the motor cavity. So probably best to exhaust, probably too hot. And the reason why this is 2-stage, and then the other one, the new one's a 3-stage. There's 2 stages of fans in here, and the new one has another 3rd stage, which comes up to about here, which is another 1.25 inches. And here are the 2 wires I was talking about. See, they're black here. So it doesn't matter if it's black or white. It doesn't matter which way they go, as long as they're both hooked up. And just to show you how it works, I got got a power bar here. Plug it in. Turn it on there and turn it on here. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.